Here we go. This game, a little bit more interesting. Gonna add some differences to what we normally see. And today is a Nomad game. So today is a 2v2 between Yo and Likes or Lynx. They're both SI players. Versus two Tyrant players, Fire and Riot. Fire and Riot are very strong 2v2, like very strong teammates in 2v2s. And we see a lot of that on Voobly. I saw one last night. It was very exceptional. And, this one's a little bit older. And Yo, of course, is a great 1v1 player. And I feel like he kind of needs to have that player that is exceptional to play with. Because he's just obviously one of the best 1v1 players. But he doesn't have it all the time. I believe Likes or Licks, or we're going to say Likes because it's Lyx, and Licks sounds like you're licking something like a lollipop. I believe Likes he's a fantastic player, but he's just not as well known. You know, he's no Mr. Yo. So anyway, we're going to take a quick look. It's obviously Nomad. It's a little bit hectic of a start. Fire, he's at this location. His TC is right here. Now, interestingly enough, on the other side, I see the yellow from, there we go. Down here in this location is Riot. Now, what's interesting about this is right in the middle of Fire and Riot is Likes. And I find that interesting because generally, I don't know how the pros do it. They always seem to find a very good location with their TCs, but they also seem to be like in a good location in accordance to their ally. But in this instance, maybe they're thinking so, but they're probably not aware that, well, their enemy is right in between. So it's going to be interesting. Well, over here, same story goes. I mean, Yo knows he's in a good position with Likes, but not really aware that we have Riot down here. So, quick look at the dock locations. We have Riot getting up his dock right here. Fire getting up his dock right here. Now, water does wrap around. Oh, no. It does stop on this side. So, it looks like the water control on this side could be held pretty firm in control of Fire and Riot. Just because they're not going to have any pressure coming in from this side. They kind of know all the pressure is going to be coming in from this side. And saying that, all the docks, we have Likes' dock here, and Yo, where you at, Yo? Yo's going to probably get up his dock right here this very moment. So the docks are quite far apart, and water, well, it's going to be probably a later stage thing. Well, Fire, he has 2 boars there, nothing crazy. He's about to find that one there as well with that sheep. Very nice, so he does have 3. Of course, he is Goths, worth mentioning. He is Goths, Riot is Japanese, while Likes is Goths, and Yo is Japanese. But not seeing a lot of boars for all these players except for Fire. Likes, no real boars or anything, couple sheep. He does have the deer out here, but the deer are also close to Riot, so we'll pay attention to that, because they could certainly find it. Both find it and run into each other. Might see some laming in that sense if one person finds the deer and takes control over it. Villager from Likes coming back home from building that dock. And yeah, not a lot of boars. Not a lot of boars. Which is going to be a slower start. So we're going to speed it up just a little bit. A little bit here. Fire's going to have a decent start though. He's obviously on land. Going to be quite strong. Just because he's going to be able to get these boars in. I always like to take a look at the scouting from these players just because they tend to scout quite well. You know, they tend to do quite well scouting with their sheep and such. So here we have Yo, and scouting's not too horrible, but then again, it's not really the best either. Finding some boars down there, and that's really nice. I mean, I was a little fortunate as well. But, you know, there is no luck in this game, is there? There you go. Finding 3 boars as Japanese. Gonna be nice. That way he can get his food economy up, as he's only on wood right now. So we have 3 boars for Yo. Then we have luring in some deer here. Riot. With a villager, you know, nonchalantly, lumberjack luring in the deer. Very nice. And Likes gonna bring a villager over. And it's going to run right into the TC shortly. Goodbye, villager. You now are dead. And you are not going to have a nice funeral either, because your other little friends are not going to be able to pick you up. You're quite close to the TC of Riet. So, getting fishing out. Obviously, these guys are going to get a lot of fishing out. Likes now knows where Riet is. Riet sees a house there. Riet could probably assume that there's some action going on there in that location. He's starting off a little bit of a wall, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe an outpost or something. But, you know, these guys, so now they have general, they can guess where their enemies are going to be. Riet knows Likes is there. Likes knows that Riet is here. And over on the other side, we have Fire. Well, interesting. Like, look at the scouting here. It's not too bad. Lots of scouting in this area. Doesn't have any scouting down in this area, so he doesn't know where Yo is. He's probably going to have some communication with Riet on locations of enemies at some point. But, gonna be quite slow for now. Getting up to the next stage. These boars really, really huge, though. Really, really huge. Don't lose the villager. Yeah, that villager, 1 HP, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1 HP. Very, very risky there from Yo. So, just a lot of signaling here. Walling's really nice on Nomad, just because these guys, well, they want to get walls off so they can boom. It's really easy to boom because of slow starts. And like I said, I knew that someone was going to come out in lane between one of these two players when someone got control. If you rewind, I said it, and there's Likes coming out, laming all the deer, so the deer rot, and very smart thing to do as well. But anyway, Likes, you know, not getting any of these deer, not really the best, and of course, looks like Likes is going to go get some boars out on this side, which I actually didn't realize were out there. So these guys kind of even trading with resources, and you think about it. Fire's getting boars, Yo's getting boars, Likes is getting boars, and possibly going to lose that villager. Looks like he's going to get him in. And then, of course, down here, Riet, though he's not getting any boars, getting some of these deer, and, you know, that's better than nothing. Now, taking a quick look here, I think it's important to take a look at what Riet can see, because he's being walled in, and this villager has been going at work for some time, and just realizing it now is Riet, and Riet's in a bit of a bad spot. You know, Likes could easily wall this area as well. Yo is right here, and Likes is right here, and, you know, it's not going to be the best if he gets 2v1'd here, because Fire's all the way on the other side. Having a nice boom, of course, but, you know, we don't want to see, if you're Riet anyway, if you're Riet and Fire, we don't want Riet to go down early. You don't want that to happen. This wall cannot be completed. Then towers can start coming in, or bad things can happen. The ball is in the enemy's court then. So you don't want that to happen. I like the move from Likes there to try and wall that. Looks like the villager's going to be okay and able to get back home. So, up to the next stage already is Yo. So we got to pay attention to what Yo's plan is. No barracks or anything. And looks as though he very well may do that. The villager's out here, creating some more fishing ships. So no real pressure on the water, creating another dock as well. So I'm really interested to see. Again, no real water pressure, but he is going to scout with this fishing ship and just kind of see what's going on this side. Like I said, because these guys are really on opposite sides of this, I don't even know what you call it, of the water. I just won't even say anything special. It's going to cause the water pressure to be a little bit slow. Villager skirmish here, and this is not going to be favorable for Riet, because he's going to have to send villagers out for this location to skirmish here. And, you know, it's just not favorable in any way, shape, or form, really, for any of these players. But I don't think Riot's going to be in the best position here. He's could be 2v1, of course, if anything comes in from likes. Yo could build a barracks, start adding some archers in here, and Riot's in a messy spot. And there's a tower from Yo, tower from Riot as well, and this is what I kind of like to see in a Nomad game. It adds a real interesting aspect to the game. Even if this tower, when the tower gets up, I should say, because it will get up. I don't think the tower from Yo is going to deny the tower from Riot. When it gets up, they're going to be firing upon each other, and it's going to deny the gold from Yo, and he's forced to go on to that one already. So not only did it force Yo to create a tower, it's forced him, you know, it's forced him into a different location. So this villager possibly going to go down from Riot. Not really what I want to pay attention to right now. I want to see if these galleys are coming around. And if they are, I haven't yet seen them do any damage just yet. We know that, you know, there's got to be water pressure at some point. And there we go, because Riot has docked down in this location. And Riot has 15 fishing ships, even after losing one. But right now, he's going to lose another one, it seems. And this dock is not safe. He's going to send those fishing ships back down to this location, back with his, I guess, back home, which is one of his other docks. Not able to wall up this tower, and that villager's going to go down if it doesn't get back in the tower. Very nice he got back in the tower. But this is really nice from Yo to be putting this pressure on, because this tower will go down eventually. You know, just that amount of pestering attack on the tower from Yo is going to force it to go down. You know, he has a nice little wall off along the base of his tower as well. So it's really nice. If you didn't notice, there is a nice little quick wall here from Likes as well, forcing Riot's villagers to run the long way around. But Fire, guys, already to the next stage. What is his plan? Double stable. He is Goths. Goths have fully upgradable knights. A lot of times players kind of get surprised when they see, you know, people going knights as Goths. But that's going to be quite strong. I mean, getting forging as well right now. Interesting choice, he's going forging as opposed to any defense upgrades. But I'm really liking, at least for Riot right now, for Riot's sake, that that he's going to have some help here. Riot actually just repairing this tower every so often. Yo will probably have to do the same. And, you know, he's going to repair it and try and save the villagers before they get shot to death. Doesn't look like it's working out, and he's running away. The stone's in the way, and he's lost 1, 2, 3 villagers there. And not ideal. Not ideal at all to lose those villagers. Riot's a bit behind now, but are we seeing knights coming out? There we go. There's a couple knights. They have some upgrades. They have forging. They have barding armor, scale barding armor. And still on 1 TC as well. Looks like it's going to be a nice 1 TC push with these knights. And they are aware that right here is Likes. And that seems to be where the pressure is going to come in. But knights coming in on this side from Fire. Fire's going to have to do some work now, because Riot's going to have to get up to the next stage. He's lost some of his fishing. Down on this side, going to be vulnerable as well. That's why a fire ship's coming out from Fire. How ironic. And, you know, these knights, if they get in before this quick wall occurs, going to be, you know, going to do a lot of nice damage. They're going to come into this TC right now, try and get some kills, and I just heard something. That makes this a bit interesting. Riot, where you at, bro? Yeah, Riot's slinging. So we are seeing a sling. Japanese to Goth sling. And it's not often you see that in a 2v2. And reason being is because it's like literally a 1v2 then, which is kind of hard to pull off. In this situation as well, everyone knows where Riot is. Like, Riot is, like, right smack in the middle of the enemies. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Fire can pull this one off. But Riot, for sure, is slinging Fire. And so, yeah. Like, it's going to be really, really interesting. Fire's going to obviously have to pull it all off. He has here a villager repairing this Mangonel, as he did get a villager kill or two there. Couple spears made there from Likes. Likes forced out to this gold here. And favorable position right now for Fire. Though I will say, it's going to have to do an awful lot. I mean, over on this side, Yo, not in the worst spot. Of course, Yo's not receiving a sling. Likes is not receiving a sling. They're going to be moderately strong. And two moderately strong players versus one highly strong player going to have a good shot. And we will see what happens. No bloodlines in just yet for Fire, and I'm interested. He's receiving the sling, but he has no bloodlines. I would have kind of prioritized that. And there comes some more sling. I'm wondering if we'll get the bloodlines. There it is. It's already on its way up. And Fire's got to do the damage now, guys. He's got to do the damage. Has he sent any fire ships along this way? He has one of them. Yo's sending out 2 fire ships. And looks like none of these guys are patrolling. Could lose some fishing ships, Yo. And, yeah. I think this is going to be really hard for the Brazilians. Riot gonna have to do an awful lot. It's gonna have to do an awful lot. Generally, when you're getting slung, you go 1 or 2 TC. It looks like he's going up to 3 TC to be even stronger. So his push is gonna be a little slow. It's gonna come in this direction. He's going to try and pressure this TC. And nice quick wall from Yo. Yo is just so quick. And Yo is gonna have to boom himself, of course. And like, where can... I don't think Fire can really pressure all that well with Knights. Is he still making Knights? He's still making Knights. Is he on stone yet? No, he's not on stone. So he has the Knights. I'm thinking he might need to go Siege, Monks, or something. Monks out 4 likes. And it seems like that Ray's gonna get a conversion, and does. And that brings that fight into Likes' favor if Likes would choose to pursue. A couple monks coming out as well for Fire right now, and all the real engagements happening right here, right now. Again, we are seeing some fire ships being chased down. Nothing really huge. We still have this. We still have this from Fire, and I knew it snuck in earlier, and it's killing off fire ships, and it's not really being addressed either. That's a really big deal. A really big deal. Scale mail armor is now coming in for Fire. Fire creating siege when he can. It looks like he's going for some barracks as well. Really pushing Likes right now. He's really strong. He's almost 3k score. Keeping in mind that Likes is just over 2k. If he gets some conversions here on these Knights as well, Likes going out there only for that Mangonel. And he's going to lose 2 Knights and lose his other Knights as well, you would think. I think that was a really poor engagement for Likes, especially when that Mangonel could possibly have just been repaired. Really poor. Back here, this fire ship's still alive. I'd really like to see that get in there and do some damage. Of course, Fire's focusing on some other things. You know, Yo, when's he gonna help out? Because, you know, it looks like he's pressuring here on Riot, but Riot's like getting shorefish, just doing anything. Just doing anything he can. Fire ship's still dormant. But, you know, Fire's so strong right now. He's just going to be able to come in and do some real damage on Yo. Yo, not really doing all that much. This is the wall right behind it on Riot. Walling, of course, is really, really strong in this game. And there we go. There comes some Knights right now. And I'm only up to 3 TCs, excuse me, as the Likes. Still, I don't see where Fire can really do all that much damage. I feel like there's a lot of TC coverage right now for Fire. Though he's only on 2 TCs, it looks like. He has a lot of fishing, which is really nice. This fire ship could really do a ton of damage, though it looks like Likes is making one right there to possibly clean that up. You know, fire still creating units, creating some pikemen now, creating a lot of mangonels. You know, that amount of mangonels coupled with this amount of knights as well, that could be quite the combination. Keep in mind, there's some pikemen here as well. Mangonel's gonna be able to focus down TCs quite quickly if they aren't dealt with, and just gonna focus on this fire ship. I want that fire ship could have had like 6 to 8 to 10 or you know, how many kills right now if it was just patrolled into this location. It hasn't though. It hasn't. So again, these knights coming down here and trying to stop this dock. Looks like they're gonna just kill that villager. Looks like fire's just being safe with those knights. Or not, and not killing that villager off. There we go, gonna leave one knight to do it. But all the pressure is surely coming here. Keep in mind the resources for fire is very strong right now. He's still a K score lead above Yo. And he's about to click, he could certainly click up to the next age. Gonna run into these monks, he's probably gonna lose a knight or two, so he's just gonna engage anyway and just try and kill off the monks. Back in this location, he is pushing in before he clicks into the next age. And, you know, he has the upgrades on his infantry as well. Really interesting. Fire ship. Come on, fire ship. We're all waiting for you to do something. There's a lot of hype on you right now. They're so close. Do something. Do something. Yo, trying to address the Knights of Fire there. But up to the next stage is Fire. He's up to Imperial. We have a lot of Knights here from Lights. You know, I'm wondering if he's going to try and raid, what he's going to do, because everything for Fire is out in the front, and Fire's just kind of assuming that all the pressure brought in is going to be in defense for these guys. These Mangonels getting some villager kills. We've seen more than one, and the Sling is continually coming in. We have these Knights going out for likes. Pay attention to that. And Mangonels getting some shots in. Fire getting more kills with these Mangonels. There's two more. And he's keeping his Mangonels alive, too. Likes is not engaging here. We have a couple of engagements here. Looks like Fire's going to lose some more Knights to some Monks. And Likes has not killed a Mangonel. And as I say that, getting one. But check this out. We do have some Knights coming out here, but is Likes going to be able to do anything? I don't know. There's a lot of TC coverage there. And, you know, more than, or getting to 50% right now is Fire to the next stage. And, you know, the Sling is pretty much safe, with the exception of this Fire ship on the stone. That's kind of funny. The Sling is pretty much safe, but it's going to get weak soon. I don't see any access to gold for Riot, so it's just going to be like stone. It's just going to be gold. Like, it's a weak Sling, but it's going to have farms. It's going to have access to farms and all that. Alright, and in come the Knights from Likes. All the while, of course, in this direction, we have a castle now going up. And I think the castle will go up because Likes is not going to have the visibility for that. Now, Fire, he's certainly aware these Knights are coming in. He's trying to create some pikemen as well. Pikemen, though, when 1v1 by a Knight, they're going to die. Coupled with the TC Fire, though, it might be okay. But with Riot just sending food, I don't know if the Sling is really all that effective right now. We'll see. This is a nice raid from Likes. I'm liking it. Castle looks like it's going to go up for Fire. That's really important. That's a really nice location for it. Keep in mind if the Trebs come out, can take out those TCs really nicely. But look at the villagers just going down 1, 2, and 3. Fire has lost 41 units. And many of them villagers underneath this TC. And total villagers for him right now, Fire's 55. And in comparison, Likes is on 51. Yo, it's a 64. And, you know, Riot is on 47, and of course, slinging everything he had. So, Yo, I think at this point is doing just booming up, trying to stay on pace with the sling and the economy of fire. And if he can do that, you know, the sling's not going to be that big a deal. Now I'm going to double check. Yo. You know, it's time to check the tributes, because if this is a tribute received, yeah. So tribute received. Likes is receiving tribute from Yo, it seems like now. So this has just become a sling fest. It really has. So okay, so it makes sense to sling the Goth player in my opinion. But I was wondering how Likes hit the next stage. Likes got a castle up here now, guys, but I wasn't really getting the alerts because I was on Fire's point of view. But in a good position here as well. I mean, of course, he could have just wall here and be very nicely walled. I think he could wall at this location too if he wanted to. But I think in a better position to sling right now is Yo. And Yo sending a lot more resources. He's going to have gold access to send over to Likes as well. And it's basically, you know, who can be slung, who can pull the hardest now. I will say that Fire has 36 military, while Likes only has 16. He still has some knights here. Their transition is going to be away from knights now, I feel. Obviously, the halberdier is going to come in from Fire. It's already on its way in. And we'll see what the choice is for Likes. Because Likes... Well, where are you, Likes? Is he going to go... What's he going to... He's making a lot of barracks, and he's researching men-at-arms. So, I think that's a brilliant choice. I think going champion, which is his eventual upgrade if he has the resources for it, is going to be very smart. That's why he's making the barracks. That's why he's researching man-at-arms. However, and there's the fire ship. Yes, it's doing something. We've waited for you, fire ship, and now it's gonna die. But it's all right. It's worth it. We waited for it. It killed a fire ship. I mean, it killed a fishing ship. We waited. It happens. But yeah, guys, this is the thing, though. I already see chemistry coming in from Fire. Fire's kind of assuming that the champion will come in from Likes. And so, with his halberdier, he can counter any knights and such. Also have quite strong unit, to be honest. They're going to be able to kill villagers. I mean, look at that. They're going to kill a villager. It's not a good raiding tool, of course, but it's still decent. Then he's making archer ranges now. Once the chemistry is done, he's going to be able to absolutely shred any infantry. So Fire's unit choice is really beautiful right now. I'm liking what he's doing, and it's going to be interesting. Shouldn't be throwing these halps away, though, for free. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do with his unit choice. As you'll see here shortly, these long swordsmen will, even though they're not upgraded, they'll still do a fairly decent job versus these halberdiers. Even getting a conversion or two. Maganel's also doing a good job. And we're obviously also going to see an upgrade for two-handed swordsmen in right now. And lots of resources for Likes, but chemistry just about to complete for Fire. And the only thing is, guys, is that the sling is going to be stronger from Yo. So, though Likes is, like, kind of behind, I feel Fire, you know, he's going to be getting more resources, so he might be okay. It's really hard. It's really hard to call. I still tip it to Fire, even though they don't have the score lead, because Riot is just like, this is all Riot has. It's really, I mean, 2K plus player, 2.2K, this is Riot. Like, that's kind of funny. But, yeah, two-handed swordsman coming in, but out comes the hand cannons. And it's going to be interesting to see what the choice will then be from Likes, who's running out of room as well. And breaking out is Riot. You know, does Likes see this little move? He saw a couple villagers, and he will see that. He will see that move onto stone, I'm sure of it. Getting champion now, getting a lot of upgrades, getting a lot of armor upgrades. And remember, completely safe at home, it looks like, for now, is Fire. Unless I missed a little bit of raiding. Little bit of raiding from Yo. Little bit of that miss from myself, but very nice. I do not know. I do not know if these kills underneath Fire's TC are fresh. I believe they're old, but still, we know that that rating happened earlier was a big deal. But the push from Fire has been really nice. I mean, he's pushing in with the hand cannons, pushing in with trebs. It's just like a, you know, typical staple push. It's exactly what you need to do. And he's going to start taking out these buildings, forcing Likes to push out this direction. And still, Fire. He's now at 115 population, pushing really strong. And I was looking for Yo. Yeah, Yo is still full sling, still sending every single thing he has. But watch these, even though there's like minimal units here, these champions will go down in like 3 shots from a hand cannon. So if these things get massed, it would be insane. Insane. These champions will just go down so quickly. Ranged units in this game are generally overpowered, with the exception of like paladins. Paladins are like the only melee unit that I think are not really underpowered. But anyway, lots of hand cannons coming out, gonna wreak a lot of havoc. Fire is just so strong. Likes is just not sure where to go or what to do. And, you know, lots of farming happening here from Yo. He doesn't really know what else he can do. He can send all the resources he has to Likes, but Likes is below in score now. Likes is receiving the sling in Imperial Age, below in score, losing everything he has. And sending some champions in here. Castle going up as well from Fire. Fire's just kind of on top of it, isn't he? Like, he can, maybe he sensed that pressure could come in. He's going to build a defensive castle. Like, no big deal. These champions aren't going to be able to deal with air fire all that well anyway, especially from a castle. They will take out villagers pretty quickly though. But back at home, Likes, he's in trouble. His idle villagers, not really the best, and he's forced to. If you're forced to relocate your economy like that, it's not nice. This is where his normal TC was, his standard starting TC was, and that's gone. Riot under fire from Yo. Riot, his population is actually quite high. It's a 63, but he has Mangonel firing, and that's all you really need against Riot, because Riot doesn't even have a barracks inside his base. He's in the feudal age. He has a watchtower there. Like if Riot gets killed, you know, Likes might be able to pull this off, because, well, we have Fire all by himself then. So, kind of interesting. Looks like everything's cleaned up here with the champions. We have a lot of vitals right now for Fire. I mean, Fire really should still work in his economy. Not really doing so, but he does have a nice push going on. I mean, lots of kills. Has the bombard cannons now. Down in this location, more fishing from Yo, but they are aware. I mean, they are aware. Yo and Likes are aware of this. Like, that's their visibility. So they're just building towers and gonna, like, I think Riot's in trouble. I think Riot's in big trouble. And that means that Fire's gonna be 2v1 shortly. He's not going to be receiving the sling shortly, but is that going to mean all that much? I don't know, because at 82 population is Fire, that's not all that bad. He could be okay. He still needs to boost his own economy, I think. Down this location, tower goes up, going to delay the resources there. And that TC, his main TC is under Fire. Back in this location, huge push though from Fire. And I think, honestly, Riot right now, or excuse me, Yo right now, should stop slinging. I mean, if he does that, Likes might die, of course. But I feel like Yo and Likes could pull this off 2v1 without the sling. I don't know why they're continuing to sling. Like, Yo has 115 villagers right now. Likes, he only has 22. So why is Yo slinging Likes, when Likes should be sending everything he has to Yo at this point with 22 villagers. Likes is in the position Riot's in right now. They pretty much, yeah, it's not pretty. And like Riot, it's just so funny. These guys are, you know, so talented, and they're pushed into positions like this. For trying to push out of the walls so they can collect elsewhere. If Riot gets out of here, he could possibly, if that TC goes down, build another one in a better location and sling a little bit better. But look at this. I mean, these hand cannons, like I said, just gonna tear these units apart. There is a bombard cannon there from Likes. Got a good shot in. Did kill 3 or 4 units there with one shot. And of course the champions, if they get in range, are not the worst. But very slow moving game right now. It's kind of hard to see where this one's going. Because Riot's very strong. Yo, very strong as well, but it's only in economy. He's still Castle Age. He hasn't clicked up because he's just slinging. Kind of hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell which way. And there we go. Yo has just gone up to the Imperial Age. Thank the good Lord. Thank you, Yo, for doing that. We've been waiting for that, and I think Yo can certainly overtake Fire now. Bombard cannon going down from Fire. Fire's push has been stalled here. Likes has the champions, possibly switching to skirms there. I'm not sure what his choice is, if he had the chemistry upgrade in, or what. He's getting his own hand cannons out. Likes has a fair amount of resources, and Likes might be able to hold on here, while Yo is going to create units of his own and be very strong. Riot, he lost his main TC. He's still in the feudal age. That's gonna stay for the entirety of the game. He's just building a watchtower there. This is like really silly stuff. But he's gonna continue to sling. Fire's gonna win this game. Riot is not. Riot's just gonna hang on. And yeah, so we're gonna have 2 players in the Imperial Age for the Chinese, or for the Asians. I'm not sure if Likes is Chinese, but you know, just to confirm, right? We'll say Asians. Huskarl's coming out from Fire. Fire, resource-wise, still fairly good. I mean, he's very strong. He could create units all day. Back at home, he did have a little bit of intrusion on this castle. I'm surprised, actually. Surprised that was denied. We did see the champions come in, and Likes could push in here and do a lot of damage, but in the same respect, we could also have damage come in from, in this location, from Fire. Fire seems to abandon that, though, come in this location onto Yo. And Yo's military right now is only 6. And this has been really topsy-turvy in the direction these guys are going and choosing to go. Man-at-Arms now coming in for Fire, so it looks like he will go champions. Units on this side from Likes. We have almost nil, military-wise, from Fire here to defend. Bombard Cannon's going to take out this castle. But down here, it's the same for Yo. And Treb's coming in too. Buildings are going to go down so quickly. And you know, saying how strong Yo was, he doesn't have any production. He's probably going for his own hand cannons when he gets there. He very well may have to be forced into Arbalest. I'm not sure. It's not ideal to go Arbalest when Goths can just make Huskarls. So he might have to wait. And he's going to lose a lot of his economy, while on this side, the same goes. The same goes for Fire. So it's been quite crazy. It's been quite a crazy game. Yo's finally up to the Imperial Age. We'll know immediately what his choice is here. He's not creating anything. He's getting chemistry, so he's certainly going to go hand cannons as well. Certainly ideal to do that, but this late is not. Not ideal at all. So yeah, we're paying attention to these 2 sides. Like suddenly getting a real foothold here. Gonna be able to come in here and do some raiding. And on this side, castle being repaired, but eventually will go down. Eventually will go down because nothing can come out here and engage it. I'm wondering if Fire, though. Fire. So many castles up. I was gonna say, I wonder if he's gonna make a Mangonel there and try and snipe some bombard cannons. Looks like he's gonna repair for now. Create some units back here. try and hold on. There come them units from Likes, though. Likes is going to pick off a lot of villagers. Fire has lost a lot of units this game. Back down in this location, Fire taking out Yo pretty comfortably. Yo still does not have chemistry, and chemistry is a really long research. Takes a lot of time, and these villagers are going to go down pretty quickly. TC is going to go down pretty quickly. This push has gone pretty quickly, and two-handed swordsman coming in for Fire. Though this repair, he has so much stone, because Riot down here has been able to collect stone where he was for quite a while. In fact, he is still. So it's interesting that this sling is actually helping him keep this castle alive. He doesn't have enough for repairing it right now to keep it alive, but it's interesting that he's able to keep this alive for now. Hand cannon is being thrown away underneath that TC from Fire, not the best. Back here, these champions did kill a lot of villagers back there, at least 5 or 6, 7. It's hard to really tell. Lots of units going down. And, well, we have champion coming in for Fire, and he has more upgrades than what Likes has. So once he gets the champions, he's going to be on par. But he could also, Fire, be 2v1. So he could have pressure coming from this side. And it's just going to be a whole heck of a lot of mess. Like, I just don't know what to say because there's so much going on. You know, it's all riding on what Fire can do, of course. But, you know, this castle going down, gonna lose villagers here. Seems to be holding off what's going on in the back. But units coming in from Yo on the side, and Yo's gonna be strong here. But on the back end, wow, he's sacrificing all those villagers. He's sacrificing so many villagers. He's gonna lose at least like 15 of them if they don't get out somehow. But he's gonna wall it off. He's gonna stop this pressure, all this siege from Fire, and he's gonna push in on this side. He has 2 trebuchets, Japanese trebuchets, being so awesome as they are. And this engagement here can be really important. Both these players losing a bombard cannon there is Fire. Champions coming in. Champions and hand cannons, not a bad mix, of course. And Champion's going to be able to focus down these bombard cannons here. But back on this side, Fire's in trouble. I don't know if Fire can deal with this amount of pressure. His military is 60, but he has so much of it right here. And villagers here from Yo attacking the bombard cannon. He just kind of concedes the villagers are going to die anyway, and he's just going to attack it. And there's no villagers here to repair, so I'm kind of interested to see if anything will go down there. I doubt it. It's one HP off every time a villager hits there. Likes stopping the pressure here. Again, hand cannon's very strong, but back on this side, Yo gaining a lot of ground. And this has really been a slow game with a lot of the slinging and a lot of the nonsense. But it's really heated up. And Fire, you know, his only saving grace now is that he has like all these buildings down here he can produce from. But he needs to save his economy because he needs to keep his economy alive. He's only on 72 villagers right now. Yo is at 102. And, you know, Likes is coming in from all angles. Yo is coming in from all angles. And down here, he has units, but, you know, he can't get through. Fortified wall was researched by Yo. I just love this. I love this wall, this desperate wall. Sacrifice the villagers for the sake of the cause. That's just so awesome. I love it. But again, losing all of this ground is not good. Losing all these villagers is not good. He almost has like no flowing economy, does Fire. And Riot is like his only economy that's stable right now. Riot has hit the Castle Age, something I kind of missed in all of that. And Riot's gonna sling from the Castle Age, I assume now, because that only makes sense. At this point, Imperial Age tech is all that matters. And so he's gonna sling as much as he can. Fire's gonna try and hold off this attack, but he can't hold it off. He has the push, there's no doubt about it. And he's gonna try and push in on this side. Not really doing it too heck of a lot of a successful job. And check this out. Hand cannons, absolutely shredding the champions. Poor choice to go in there and try and take out these rams or these trebuchets. And notably, I said rams, but I meant trebuchets. But there are rams in here to soak up any hand cannon fire. Really, really nice, guys. I'm really liking what Yo is doing now. Yo, going with these capped rams, gonna be a really nice choice. Villagers going down. And getting another castle up here. So Fire's gonna try and push back on this side where this gold is, it looks like. And just really, really helter-skelter game. You know, of course, Likes could realize easily that we have, you know, Riot booming again down this location. And he could certainly try and snuff that out. That's the same with Fire. But, you know, it's kind of crazy. Fire, coming in on this side now. I don't know if he's going to have too much success. We have Onager research from Yo. Now, keep in mind, Yo has had pretty much over 100 villagers this entire game once he hit Imperial. Even after this, like, mass sacrifice of villagers here. That was the case. So, he's going to have a lot more, you know, upgrades, a lot more, you know, military in the long run, you would think. He does have Onager. I don't know if Onager's going to be incredibly successful, just because there can be Huskarls come out and snipe them, and champions come out and snipe them. But if coupled with a lot of hand cannons like they are now, I think that would be a perfect mix. And currently, that's kind of what Yo is doing. Yo seems to be in a good spot with that, I think. Lots of military down here from Fire. It gets to the point later in the game when you attacked all over the freaking map. I'm sure that you kind of lose where all your barracks are spawning to. And that's probably what's happening with Fire right now. Now, trying to push in here, and Yo probably going to open this wall right back up. He killed all the villagers, or forced some of the villagers back here anyway from Riot. He did kill the trebuchets that were here. There's one left. That one's going to go down most likely, and he's either going to push back this direction or just focus everything here. Lots of villagers going down from Fire, and I'm not quite sure. It's probably bad pathing. Probably bad pathing why they're sent that direction. Like's just holding in here underneath this TC, but Fire's up against it. He's losing everything, and the sling from Riot either needs to pick up or something, because, you know, the military for Fire is at 46, while in total between Yo and Likes, it's like 70 total military. And not to mention, it's going to be coming in from different angles right now. So, it's really tough right now for Fire and Riot. They just lost the score lead notably as well. Likes doing a really good job of holding here. This castle under threat from both angles, from the trebuchets and the bombard cannons. Repairing this castle, this gold access, pretty much the only gold access for Fire right now, because, well, this other one he's been pushed off of entirely. And nearing the hour mark, this fight's going to be really important for Fire. He needs to win back this area of the map. But look at the amount of hand cannons coming in from Yo. He really, really is strong. He has a lot of units coming in. He's choosing not to come down this direction, which I think is fair. One farmer down there, lonely by himself. But, you know, he's going to be able to take these. He's going to be able to take these champions for sure. And even an Onager taking out a unit there as well. These units are all exposed. If Likes pushes in right now, he could certainly do a lot of damage. And now Riot, at 103 villagers, has clicked up to the Imperial Age. So Riot stopped the sling for the time being, and he is now himself up to the Imperial Age as the Japanese. So we're going to have both of the Brazilians up to the Imperial Age, but is it going to be too late? Because all of these, there's so many villagers right there. And where are they going to run for Fire? They could run back here, actually, but they're not. They're not running the right way. Many of them are stuck Many of them are about to die, and that's not good. Fire is in such a bad spot, losing so many villagers. Villager just accepting its death and attacking that onager there. Just running, collecting wood in the back of Likes' wood line. Fire, though his score is so incredibly high, he's losing so much. And the military for Fire as well, only at 17, is not looking good for him. Now, Riot, what is he doing? He's going light cav. Really, really interesting. Getting chain barding armor. It's kind of a desperate move, I think. But with Riot up to Imperial, this is going to make things a little bit interesting because Riot now has a strong economy as well. We already said Yo does. Likes at this point has a stronger economy than what Fire has, because Fire has been absolutely gutted and is continually being gutted. But yeah, very nuts, very nuts, crazy stuff. This castle though, castle looks like it's gonna be up, and it's gonna actually force Yo to retreat. Yo looks like he was gonna gain some ground and try and get a castle there. And Fire got it up a little earlier. All those villagers that retreated got it up. And he's gonna try and, you know, collect some gold. But I don't know how successful he's gonna be. He's losing so many villagers. He's now at 41 villagers. Riot, he's creating a lot of light cav, but light cav are not the best against, well, they're certainly not the best against champions. And hand cannons are not the best either. I don't know if he's going to try and raid his way back into the game or what. And as Japanese, I'm pretty darn sure that Japanese do not get Hussar. So I'm not sure what the choice is or why he's choosing that. I mean, of course, if you were to wait for the chemistry upgrade to come in and wait for all those upgrades to come in, Fire, as you can see here, just losing villagers everywhere he goes. Fire would probably be done, so he needed to do something. And again, just getting iron casting, really. But he's just creating a lot of light cav, and he's going to send them in. He's going to do it. And so, yeah, like you say in the chat, no bloodlines for the Japanese on the cav. And, you know, I'm pretty sure no Hussar. I would bet, like, if there was like Age of Empires betting on technology trees, I would bet that there was no Hussar. I would bet a lot of money, no Hussar for Japanese. I played enough the game, but I could be wrong. I know Koreans get it, which I think is weird, but anyway. But check this out. Coming in is Fire with some units he does have. The light cav getting absolutely owned. But they are getting some kills here. And, you know, Likes is not attacking. Like, he's just running his units forward. He probably did a patrol move there. And with Fire's units behind, this is going to gain a little bit of ground. And that's a really nice win. It's going to gain a little bit of room, breathing room, for a moment for Fire, who's on 31 villagers. Now his TC's under threat. Castle is going up. Onagers are coming in, and Trebs are coming in from Yo. Yo's very strong. And as you can see, light cav going in. And this is forcing the pikeman move from Likes as well. And, you know, I'm not seeing the university really being all that active from Riot. Maybe he doesn't have access to gold. That's probably a fair bet. Possibly could have gone skirms, you think, but yeah, he's creating archery ranges possibly for skirms. I'm guessing Riot has no access to gold. I'm guessing either of these guys have no access to gold because we're not seeing any gold in the map for these guys, and that's quite a worry for them. But with +2 defense and attack, you know, it's going to cause a little bit of problems. But right now, this is just a delay tactic from Fire. He's just building castles just for them to go down. And I think at this point, with Riot at 118 villagers, Yo at 134, Yo with 37 military, Riot at 18, with, and of course Yo has upgraded military. Likes 74 villagers, Fire at 30, and it's going to go down even more. I think this little fight in the middle of the map is where it ends. These guys aren't going to be creating transport ships and sending the last little villagers into the corners of the map. They're not going to be doing that. It's just they're not that noob. They're going to be doing that to make the game last on for hours. I think they're going to realize that the game is over and they're going to give it up. Because Fire, like, more than half his villagers are right in the middle of the screen now, just running for their lives. And he's top scorer for his team. And, you know, the enemy just has such firm control of the map. There's gold here, gold here, gold here. And, you know, not to mention all this land as well for farming and such. So, Fire, this castle, well, we just mentioned castles were going down. This castle did go down, the one he just built a moment ago. These light cav guys, you know, there's a lot of them from Riot. And, you know, I guess we'll see how light cav face against these hand cannons, who, of course, are fully upgraded at this point with the defense. We shall see. This castle gonna go down as well in a moment. And Riot gonna surround with the skirms as well. You think that would be a really favorable matchup, but you know, I think with the halves involved, I think with the amount of units that Likes and Yo has, and then the onagers as well. So they very well may go down to the light cab, which are quite strong against onagers. I think this is still over. You know, heck of a game. Heck of a game. Likes coming out here to collect some gold, and Likes is probably low in gold as well on this side. Now, what is Fire doing? Fire, well, you know, he's over on this side with his, well, only active TC. He's gonna go collect wood there. As you can see, the push is still coming in. Castle's still going down from Fire, and Riot is then next. Riot's then next, and there's GG. So they call it, and I think they called it at the right time. If they waited any longer, it would have been too long. But that was exciting. That was exciting. Like, you thought it was just going to be, you know, 1v1 in Imperial Age. You thought it was just going to be a sling fest. And it wasn't. Both these guys, everyone got into the Imperial Age. And, yeah, a little bit of fish trap action going on. But, yeah, really, really interesting game. And, you know, at first, when I saw the sling, I got really disappointed. I said, Riot, like, come on, man. No one likes a sling. This isn't a big tournament. But it made things interesting, and I liked what I saw. I kind of liked the fact that Yo and Likes pulled it just because they weren't the ones that started slinging, because I'm not a huge fan of it. But anyway, it was a good game, and thank you guys so much for watching. Take a quick look at the achievements for you. Fire, lots of kills and losses and all that fun. Well, Riot, an hour into the game, advancing to the Imperial Age. Relic gold, not all that much because they lost their relics pretty quickly. Yeah, that was a good game. Oh no, I don't want to open Sony Vegas. You're not going to see it on your stream, but